Can we keep this one clear, please? Sir, please, can you? Sorry.
Former chairman.
His mic is holding. I want to tell you that we no longer have any differences in APC as I speak. I want all of you to get up and acknowledge the man whom God has brought this to us. Please applaud Right Honorable Excellency. As an instrument to effect total reconciliation. I want to salute you for that. I want to thank you for that. And I also want to tell you that your brother, your friend, the Deputy President of the Senate, is so excited that you've been able to achieve this. Thank you very much.
That is the what gets him angry with the hunter. Is that when the hunter sees animals or lion, they shoot the animals, you know. But when the hunter sees tortoise, what does he do? He just picks and puts in the bag. These people are not tortoises, they are lions, so we must shoot them. Then yesterday the chairman of the party and my colleagues who have come with me and my brothers and sisters who are here. I agree with them when they say take a bow, but again, the question will be, what will your brother do if he gets an opportunity of being president? And I will quickly rush it so I can go to the palace and see the king. It was necessary if APC will win in the south for the party to be united. I am prepared for any sacrifice to have peace in the state. I'm saying to you that people are not prepared for it, they are scared. If you are not scared, they should. I've even told the party you can even dissolve the party structure in the state and start afresh. For those who say they are not accommodated. And then conduct Congress Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and everything is over. If you think anything, I'm bringing you from Abuja. all we want is votes, so that all this crisis will stop. For Delta, all it took was come my friends and say, look, 3 persons cannot be governor. The governor of Delta is 1 person, not 2. So let's allow 1 person to go, and everybody will have it. That was the deal breaker, and that the next thing to say is that there are 2 essential elements that takes people to power: governance and infrastructure. If you combine these 2, you create an economy. There is nothing I will tell you today if I don't put money, when I mean money, if there is no economic prosperity. If you can't buy food, you are not prosperous. When we say we are 204 million, we can be 500 million. That 500 million is not a strong market if you can't buy anything. The reason why people will come to Asaba to invest is if Asaba will buy what they produce. A man who produces will not produce if there is no market to buy it, right? Our market does not exist in Nigeria because our people don't have money to buy the things we produce. Even in the past, we import. Importation has ceased. It's not government. Government is not fighting to stop importation. Nobody has money to buy. So for us, when people come and tell you, I will create employment, tell them how. These are things we've heard till last time. We've heard in 1979, 1999. They will come back, people will come back. I will create 1 million employment. How? Nigerians now pray in churches, God give me work. God doesn't give work like that. If God gives work, all of us will have been employed. God doesn't get enough of us. We are the creations of what? God. So God can't give you employment and refuse to give you. What did I do? What God has given to us, to go and do what? You see, I am ready for you to run a referendum on my past activities. Governor 8 years, Speaker 8 years, Minister, and Minister. Do a referendum. Let anybody who says that Amaechi should not be president say what is his capacity. Right? As Minister for Transport, I was on this track. There's a track here on the front. Warri Tape. I was on that track. When we came, bushes everywhere, trees on the track, everywhere. And knowing that South is part of Nigeria, I got the president to approve money. He was not alone. I got the president to approve money, funded from the budget. Today you can travel from Itape to Warri, and there is a park at Itape that will provide you a vehicle that will take you to Abuja. I hear from Warri to Abuja is 60,000 naira by air. Is it? Yes. 70. If you enter our train, how much? 2,500, right? 5,500. They try to increase it. Thank God, because we don't have money to buy diesel. But let's even say 5,000 or 5,500. That takes you to where? How much from Itape to work to 3,000? 5,500 plus 3,000 is how much? Even if it's 3,500, so it gives you 9,000. Minus 9,000 from 70.
61.
We have put 61,000 naira in your pocket. Check your pocket well. Check your pocket well. Now, the point I'm making is, if we did not do it, it was there 32 years before we came in. If we did not do it, it would have continued to be like the forest that we met. You know, when people ask me, what do you do to sustain this? I say, in my period that I'm minister, it will be sustained. I'm doing everything possible to sustain it. When I leave, I'm minister for transport again. So ask the man. Because some of them just come and undo what you have done. Just check River State. We built primary schools, we put generators. Women became afraid that because of where we too much, we put solar panels and all that. We employed 13,200 teachers to sustain people in schools. People were moving their children from primary schools to go there now and ask whether there are children there. So what is my business if my policies will keep the schools? When I go, somebody undo the policy, say, he asked me. You know, that's why when they ask that question, I answer for myself. But I won't answer for the person who will come after me. Now, if you check, there's a railway from Lagos to Calabar. I'm working extremely hard We've awarded the contracts with them, but we are looking for the loan. Working extremely hard to get the loan so that we can do that rail from Lagos to Calabar. And let me tell you the one that affects you. The one that affects you that from Benin, there is a spur to Onitsha with a new bridge into Onitsha. If I don't become the president of Nigeria, forget it. Forget what? Nobody will do that project. You know why they won't do it? It's $11.1 billion. That is, for now, the biggest project in the world. Check anywhere in the world, there's a contract above $11.1 billion. So what government was asking me is, Amaechi, how can we put $11.1 billion on our spreadsheet? I said, fine, don't put $11.1 billion. Just make sure that anytime the contractor exhausts the money you are giving him, there is money to pay him. So if you don't want to borrow $11.1 billion, you can borrow $1 billion. The next time, just make sure we are paying the man until he finishes his what? And they go for the loan. The loan they went for is $11.1 billion. But the day a new man who is not from South becomes the president, what happens? It will be like Itabewore. All it took Itabewore to come back to life is what? Because your man is what? So this is not the time to play with your votes. They will bring money. They will talk to you. It is our future. It is what? They can't be saying I'm unemployed. The day we do Lagos Calabar, which goes up to Onitsha, that is the day you see small developments coming back here. Just see the impact of, wait, give us another 6 months, you see the impact of the second Niger Bridge. My friends from Onitsha are already crying that business is coming over to where? Asaba. Well, all it takes to go to Onitsha is what? Just hit the second Niger Bridge inside Onitsha. So you don't need to live in Onitsha to do business in Onitsha. Just like people who live in Kaduna or who were before living in Abuja, but were finding it difficult to rent houses, to pay house rent, the and leave their family in Kaduna. They now live in Kaduna and come by rail to Abuja. So you don't need anybody to talk to you. What you need to do is what? Tell them, how will your government change my life? Everybody, that's a common saying among the Igbos, including our people, that the heart is like a bag, right? You know that? Everybody is carrying his own. So if you say, you're here, make me president, I've done this, I'll do this, what is my own in that bag you're carrying? You get the point? When you identify your own, that's when you should do what? Vote for the person. I represent that interest all over the country. I have been governor for 8 years. You know my impact as governor. When I was chairman of Governor's Forum, people used to watch 9 o'clock news because something must do what? Happen. When I was chairman of Speaker's Forum, you can ask, I was in Delta, you can ask all my colleagues. As minister, I'm not sure the Nigerian government or Nigerian people will say I'm an absent minister. The minister that is present almost nearly all the time, because I know what it is to deliver to the people. I have that capacity to deliver. I know what the problem is. I'm not a big man minister because I was born from a very poor family. My father did not go to school, neither did my mother go to school. I happened to be the first graduate until I became a graduate. My siblings were not graduates. So after I became a graduate, that I began to train my younger ones. Before me, nobody was a graduate. After me, my younger ones. So I know poverty. Ask them if they know poverty. Ask them. What do you do if you meet a man who can't feed himself? At least 3 times, just 1 meal a day. They will dash you money. Dashing money doesn't solve. It is teaching me how to make my own money. Right? So don't tell me. There's one thing we learned in the second primary school that I used to do that. Had I known, it's the brother of too late. Don't sell your votes. Don't be sentimental about your vote. Don't vote for me because I'm from South. Vote for me because I have the capacity to turn not only South around, but Nigeria around. Just that's the reason why you should vote for me. And then when I get there, please hold me accountable. If you watch when I was governor of university, every month we chose 1 or 2 local governments where we went to read our accounts. We received this amount of money, we pay this amount of money as salary, this amount is what is remaining, we pay this to your contractor. 300 million. Ask him. Maybe now I won't do it because they will kidnap him. But then I used to do it. Do you know why we did it? Not just to exonerate myself, but to make the man know that if he doesn't work, they will carry him. So it's not only me that will carry him. The villagers will do work. By the time we knew our health centers were completed, one village, one health center, one medical doctor. I met 200 medical doctors when I became governor. By the time I was leaving, 600 of them were medical doctors. We had employed 600 medical doctors. As governor, knowing how poor people are, I established a scholarship for the poor. Today, most of them are medical doctors. They're overseas. Most of them are used to come back, but I'm happy they're graduates and they're medical doctors. They're engineers. I don't have the solution to every problem of Nigeria, but this will certainly come to change. If you read my listen, you will see hope is where? In the corner. Hope is in the corner. All you need to do is push it a bit and you see the difference. Just on that day, give me your vote to be the candidate of APC. One more thing, so I can go to the Asagba of Asaba. The electability of a candidate is necessary for APC to do what? People are angry and all that. So you need to put a candidate that is sellable. And I'll tell you, even though the pressmen are here, the majority tribes are fighting amongst themselves, true or false? Exactly. Are they fighting with us? No. Exactly. So put me forward. I resolve the problem of the north, I resolve the problem of the southeast, and I resolve the problem of the southwest. If we don't do it, we will lose. God bless you.
This man is only one thing in life. Head of Service and Senator was informed by the state. Your Majesty, the Asagba of Asaba Thank you very much.
anyị mụkwa na ọjọọ anyị ga-adị nụ ahụ dị mma ndị ogologo anyị na-ekene stable ụwa ka o si wepụtacha anyị wọtata anyị wezuo owo ka anyị nata anyị ebe ga-afụ anyị ọ ga-adịla mma
Nnamago agụ. The members of the Traditional Council of the Asaba Kingdom, my friends who have come with me, is common to all of us from the Niger Delta. Niger Delta is a part of Nigeria where you have different tribes. It can constitute itself into a Nigerian country because you have different tribes, different people, different languages, different voices. I can understand you if you speak. I'm sure you can understand me if I speak because I come from Ikwere. It is a time to decide the fate of Nigeria going forward. The president has done his best. I can enumerate what he has done to Asaba people. Asaba people can either agree or disagree, and I'll start with that. President Buhari intends to commission the second Niger bridge in September, between September and October. If there is nothing that bridge will do, the economic impact in Asaba will be tremendous because it will enable those who cannot live in Onitsha come here and live and do business here. Before he commenced on that job, I was in cabinet. It was given as a PPP to somebody. When the differential in foreign exchange came, the company ran away. It came into cabinet, there was a heated debate. The president overruled everybody and supported the Minister for Works that will go on with the project as a federal government project and not as a PPP project. And today we are proud that in the next few months, the president will be invited to commission the project. At the same time, the Lagos-Calabar Railway was just a paperwork. We have gone beyond awarding the contract to acquiring a loan. The project is $11.1 billion. There's a spur on that project that takes off from Benin to Onitsha. And on the way to Onitsha, it will certainly pass Asaba. What is holding us is final negotiation between the federal government and Standard Chartered Bank. That's where we are. We've seen the term sheet. We are negotiating the term sheet. We pray that before June, July, we should have finished negotiating the term sheet and agree to sign the loan. If we do the loan, it will be the biggest single project in the world, in Nigeria, in the world. There is nowhere in the world for now that you have an $11.1 billion project. You can check. I'm not playing politics, just check. Now, before you can say those things and get away. These days, if you Google, if you say it and somebody Googles it, they call it fact check. They say you're lying. It was a huge problem for us to negotiate that loan because it was a bit too huge. They wanted us to break it down to 3 billion, to 4 billion, to 1 billion. And my position was, in my mind, I don't know what will happen if I leave office as Minister for Transport. Whether the next minister will be able to push for the remainder of the loan. So I insisted that the loan be negotiated as one single loan. And if you know that as one single loan, my argument to them was, we will not take $11.1 billion straight into our balance sheet. It is according to work. If we work $1 billion, they give us $1 billion. So we will charge us, the loan will be charged on that $1 billion, not on $11.1 billion. I just wanted to get the federal government committed to the fact that this project must be finished when we get the loan. So knowing President Buhari alone, these are things that has happened in his regime, which he completely backed. What about the rail from Warri to Itabe? At least if you stop at Abo, you can drive down here if you want to. So there are quite a lot he has done, and I told my colleagues, my friends in the party, that if I don't win the primary and possibly win the general election, there may be a problem in completing any of these projects. The one you're sure of for now is the Onitsha. You're sure that we'll start the rest, but I doubt that if it's not me that you get elected, it will be difficult for them to come and continue the second phase of the loan if we are taking it first phase in this regime, or the third phase or fourth phase, they may likely withdraw from the loan. So you and I have a responsibility to ensure that our people are able to grow, because the moment we complete the Lagos-Calabar rail, which comes into Asaba, complete the second Niger bridge, and possibly complete the seaport in Warri, things will change. The reality why you have insecurity is because some people are not able to feed. And I ask, all the money we made, by the time Obasanjo handed over to us, we had $68 billion in our, what do you call this, SS crude account. If we utilized it by then, we would have finished the railway. All it takes to finish the railway was $36 billion. But by the time President Buhari took over, it became a big challenge. But that's up for debate for politicians. What is up before is how do we move forward from today? That's why my declaration speech is forward with courage. Because what the next president will encounter is lack of funds to drive this country. So you need to have courage to look for the funds. You see, when people say we are borrowing, we're not over-borrowed at all. We're not. We're not. What we don't have is revenue. That's what we don't have. So whoever comes to tell you, vote for me, I'll create employment, ask him one simple, just use one word, how? Just ask how, and you see the answer will be difficult. They will stammer. What you should ask them is that this your council is made up of very well-educated people. You can't lie here. There are, at rallies, politicians can lie, you know that. Because you know that nobody will ask you. But here, with educated men, a professor, ruler of the kingdom, you can't lie. Let me tell you how you influenced my life. I was seated with you here one day. You spoke to me as if I was your student. You were teaching me. And I was a governor. When you finished teaching me, I said you need to write a book about yourself, about your kingdom, and that this is you're saying to me, you need to say it to Nigerian leadership. I want to remind you what I said that day. If I have the opportunity of writing special responsibility for the traditional rulers, that I would do it. As part of my campaign, I've said it more than 6 places, that if God gives me the opportunity with you, with Nigerian population, that I become the president, I will engage the National Assembly to create a place for the traditional rulers in the constitution, part of government. People like you, and the fact that the new wave in our traditional institutions is that most of our traditional institutions, most of the leaders of the traditional institutions are educated and are full of wisdom. We need to tap into that wisdom. Apart from your age comes with experience. Reading the fact that you are even a professor from Massachusetts before here, indicates that you are very well exposed. No wonder that your kingdom is bright and beautiful. So, I beg you to tell members of APC in your kingdom to go out there and exercise their voting for me. Others will come, they will tell you to bless them as I have told you to bless me here. They will tell you what they will do. Don't listen to those who say, I will do. Ask, what have you done in the past? I was once a governor. Please do tenure as governor. Do an assessment of what I did as governor in education, in health, in roads, in power. By the left River State government, we had 750 megawatts of power. And Port Harcourt needed only 400. River State needed only 415. But we had 750 megawatts by the time I left River State. The unfortunate thing that happened to River State is the law. The Nigerian law does not allow state government to distribute power. If it did, we had money at the time I was governor to distribute power and would have had power in Port Harcourt with 4 hours. But that would change if God and you make me the president of Nigeria. The law will not be on the exclusive list. We'll bring it down from the exclusive list to the concurrent list. So if a state has money to do their own power, let them go ahead. If the federal government has money to do power, let them go ahead. But we are stopped by the law. Assess me by my past record. It's not enough to say governor 2 terms, speaker 2 terms, 2 terms. Assess me. My 7 years as minister, I've completed, by the grace of God and that of the president, the Kaduna-Abuja rail, which was hired by President Goodluck Jonathan. I started the Lagos-Ibadan railway, completed it, completed the Warri-Tape rail. We have started Kano-Kaduna. We have started Port Harcourt, Maiduguri. You can ask people who live in Port Harcourt. So I want to be judged by my past record. And let us also assess all those who have been in office by their past record. Because almost all of us who are running have been wanting or I try to live the annals of history. Thank you, Your Majesty, for accepting to see us, and please forgive us for coming slightly late, Your Majesty.
To welcome you to the palace once again. Welcome to Asaba and welcome to the palace. First, I congratulate you for all your personal achievements and your achievements in the governance of different parts of Nigeria and now the Minister of Transport. Congratulations. We thank you for all you have done. And today I'm very happy indeed as the citation was given and the recognition which have been given to you in the northern part of this country. Not many Nigerians from the south have achieved that level of recognition, and it's all related to your contributions to this country. Thank you, and thank God for having a person like you. We hope with you, Nigeria will continue to move forward. As I welcome you, my mind went memory lane. And memory lane, I remember the events of the Civil War. We hope it will not happen again, but we cannot afford not to learn the lessons of the past. So that's during the Civil War. General Gawan moved with intention to reunite Nigeria. They had the North, the West was with him, and so they wanted the Midwest and then the Eastern region. So the soldiers passed to Asaba in the Midwest, and on the way to Onitsha in Anambra State, in the Eastern region, we had the unfortunate incident that occurred here in Asaba, which we will not forget. But what is all about, what's memory lane? That Asaba is a key town in the whole of this country, because from Asaba across the River Niger is the Eastern region. Down there's Benin to the west and the rest of the country. You go to Ela. If everything was done, a bridge from Ela to Kogi State, Asaba becomes the center to reach any part of this country. So one of the requests, my request, consider building that bridge from Ela to Kogi State so that we complete the cycle. So we thank you very much for all you have done so far. And this rail line that comes all the way from Asaba. And with construction of the new bridge, we have easy access to we have to unite this country. And you have done very well in making this possible. Thank you for this effort. Congratulations. And we pray that you have opportunity to help this country more in the years that come. May God bless you and keep you. As you travel around the country, I hope you go safely so that you will do what God has destined for you to do in the future to make this country great. Thank you for coming and safe journey. Try a bit. That's the way to succeed.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.